Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Want to try it out?
What
Accessibility that you really want.
Got something going on.
Bring you in.
Three, two, one.
Good Thursday morning, everyone, and welcome to KSAT News Now, streaming from our newsroom, and it is back-to-back bro shows, David.
Well, hold on for this. Ooh, excitement reigns. You know what today is, don't you?
Bro
Today
Show
is the
2.0? I thought that's what you
Bro
said.
Show
Everybody.
2.0, but today is also the day after Hump Day.
Oh, see, I know you love
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, a bonus bro show here on your
bro
Thursday morning. Of course, David's with us, and David, for the first time here, you're going to be showing us your stick figure sports skills.
Pumped up about being able to get on that stick figure board over there and talk about the Spurs from last night. But,
yeah, very interesting, interesting discussions there with the Spurs, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit.
Also, a very popular Latina actress is visiting San Antonio in an effort to get young women to get out and vote. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And we now know plans for fans, friends, and family to say a final goodbye to local radio icon Russell Rush, a very well-known voice here in the San Antonio area. But first, David, a story that I know you've been following very closely out of our state capital.
Yeah, let's get to this one. Several families of victims of the Uvalde shooting attending a Public Safety Commission meeting in Austin this morning. The commission heard an update from DPS Director Stephen McCraw on the progress of the investigation into the shooting that killed those 19 students and 2 teachers in Uvalde. Yeah,
several family members addressed the commission. They have been obviously very upset and frustrated with how long the investigation is taking and the lack of results there. And one DPS trooper so far, Sergeant Juan Maldonado, has been fired.
That family has also asked for the resignation of McGraw. Today was the first time they've actually been able to address him in person since May 24th. Brett Cross, the dad of Uzziah Garcia, told him exactly how he felt.
You, sir, have told lies. You're not in control of your officers, nor are you the leader this great state deserves at the helm of what was once known as one of the best law enforcement agencies. You have disgraced the state, your position, and the people. The officers still under your supervision, Maldonado, Betancourt, and Kendall, have been proven to have been culpable, and with new information dropping just about weekly, we know that there will be others. Well, Steve, the time is now. If you're a man of your word, you'll resign. We're not waiting any longer. Our families, our community, our state has waited long enough. And playing politics will only put the lives of more Texans at risk. Regardless of the election, I expect determinations and your resignation immediately.
Very, very powerful there, David. I know we were talking about this, and you said right away when you heard this, you could just feel the emotion coming from Mr. Cross. And again, the first time that they've been able to meet one-on-one with Steve McCraw, and wow, that was very powerful there.
You can also see Senator Gutierrez sitting there. He also addressed the committee, and you see on the other side of him in that picture right there that there are a couple more family members. I believe that's one of the uncles of one of the kids who was...
that was Jesse Rizzo, who I actually did interview when I did a story out there in Uvalde, and he also had some very, very powerful things to say, where he was basically saying that all the miscommunication has been just added insult to injury, that the town is now divided over this, teachers feel betrayed, and there's just been a ripple effect across that community. So he had some very, very interesting things to say, again, addressing Steve McCraw there.
Yeah, Steve McCraw did talk during this hearing, and he gave an update. He also addressed the teacher and her situation that's going, the one that was accused of putting the rock in the door and leaving that door propped open, and we come to find out that she kicked that rock out of that door. And so they talked a little bit about the apology. Alicia Barrera was actually at this hearing this morning, and she was going to have a whole lot more for us on KSAT 12 News at noon, and then again on our website, and again on KSAT 12 News at 5 and 6. So we'll have a lot more from Steve McCraw. We'll have a lot more from the families as well. But once again, another very emotional day for these families of Uvalde.
Yeah, and just again, make sure to check out KSAT 12 News at noon for the latest updates there in Austin. Moving on to some other news this morning, David. The Russian military has returned the body of an American man killed in August while fighting alongside the Ukrainian military.
24-year-old Joshua Jones became one of a number of Americans who have been captured or killed since that war broke out in February. His mother shared the reason why her son decided to join that fight.
He said that he had to. Of course, as his mom, I said, no, you don't, adamantly. And he said he had to. He said, no one else is helping, and I'm good at Mom. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that right there is Misty Gossett, the mother of that American who was killed in Ukraine, and a U.S. State Department spokesperson said that the remains will soon be returned to the family. And this is something that we've seen here, obviously people rallying around Ukrainians. We know there was the Ukrainian San Antonio group, that nonprofit group that has also done a lot, but this is one of these instances where you actually travel overseas in order to do that.
We have seen several Americans actually take up arms and go and fight for Ukraine against the Russians there in Ukraine. In the meantime, back here at home, plans for a public memorial service now set for local radio icon Russell Rush. His wife, Sarah Lynn, posted on Facebook that a service is going to be held on November 13th at Techport Center and Arena, and it will be open to the public, family, friends, fans, everybody's invited.
Absolutely, yes. So Russell Rush died last Friday following a long battle with a rare form of cancer, and he was just 44 years old. I believe he had announced 2 years prior to this that he had been diagnosed with that, and he was very open about that and his battle and his struggles throughout that process. So the beloved radio host moved to San Antonio back in 2005, and just some of the accolades here. He was named the Radio Personality of the Year in 2008 by the San Antonio Media Alliance.
His show, the Russell Rush Haunted Tour, also earned him Lone Star Emmy. He was a powerful voice and advocate for several local nonprofit organizations as well, and he will definitely be missed. That voice is going to be missed in the San Antonio airwaves.
Yeah, and I mean, just think about his effect in the community. I know the Susan G. Komen, that was a big nonprofit that he was associated with, and there was also, we just talked about Uvalde. He was also raising money for those families there while battling this rare form of cancer. So this is an opportunity for, again, his friends and family, and of course all the fans here in San Antonio that heard him just over the years. I think it was like Mix 96.1 that he was on. They obviously changed formats and stations, but always a very, very recognizable voice there.
In the meantime, we are right in the middle of early voting, and a unique event is going to be happening this weekend to push more Latinos to the polls.
All right, so this is called Poder 15, and this is a civic engagement initiative based right here in Texas. So here's what they do. They work with young women who are turning 15 and want to get their family and friends involved in the political process.
Now, this weekend, the group is going to be visiting San Antonio and joined by actress America Barrera and local activist Rosie Castro.
That's right. So they will start with a press conference at the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center, and then girls in beautiful quince dresses, of course quinceañeras, big here in the Hispanic and Mexican culture, will parade down the west side. Pretty cool.
Yeah, the parade is going to end at Collins Garden Park, where there will be food trucks, games, live music, and of course voter information. The event is going to be near two polling locations. Two polling. What did I say?
Polling, yeah.
They don't roll, they just poll. They're polling locations. No rolling along.
We're rolling in the polling locations here in San Antonio. So let's talk about those locations real quick. That would be at 1103 South Frio and the Las Palmas Library at 515 Castroville Road. So good to see people from not San Antonio, from their entertainment world, kind of helping out, coming to get the word out early here to vote.
Maybe they'll be rolling on in and then doing some polling.
Just rolling. Absolutely.
How's the weather rolling?
We got some weather rolling in too.
So there you go. I know David was upset today because we don't have a trivia question, because we've got a lot to talk about when it comes to the weather. So David, here's your small trivia question. When's the next chance for rain and storms?
Tomorrow morning.
There you go.
Thank you.
He got it. He was on it. But yes, before we can get there today, he did good. He did good. Today we're seeing just a little bit more of that moisture move in throughout this Thursday. We started off in the 50s here in San Antonio for most. So it was just a few degrees warmer than what we found out there yesterday morning, but still chilly and plenty fall-like. Those temperatures already warming up in the 60s. We've got a couple of low 70s out there. Partly cloudy skies take us into this afternoon. Temperatures continue to warm into the upper 70s. The forecast high pointed around 80 degrees here in town by the later portions of this afternoon. And then if you're stepping out for any Thursday evening plans, those temperatures fall into the 70s. 60s, around 75 by 9 p.m. Notice though, that's when we start to introduce some isolated rain chances in the forecast. Overnight tonight, as we see our next cold front approach from the west, I think it's possible that we find some scattered light rain before the sun comes up Friday morning. This is the latest version here of our futurecast depicting what the radar could look like into tomorrow. For we are expecting another pretty decent chance at finding some rain and thunderstorms out there, some of which could impact the morning commute. So that's something to think about. This is 5 a.m. and we're starting to see some thunderstorms develop along that cold front across our western counties closer to the Rio Grande. That continues to push eastward across portions of the hill country, stretching over Highway 90 there, approaching the San Antonio area. I think it moves through the San Antonio area in between about 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. or about noon tomorrow. And then you see that continues to move eastward through our eastern counties into the first half of tomorrow afternoon. But after we see that front pass by, we're pretty much done with the rain across the central western portions of the area, and we start to see some of that cloud cover break up as well, which is good for Friday night plans. But it is still going to be plenty gusty out there. We will need to monitor for an isolated strong, maybe a briefly severe thunderstorm. The primary concern would be some strong gusty winds, but we can't completely rule out some isolated instances of hail, maybe a brief spin up tornado. Those are the two lower concerns of the three, but of course something we will continue to monitor. Also some pockets of heavy rainfall. As of right now, rain totals up to ½ an inch, even 1 inch, certainly possible. Localized higher totals where we find some of those heavier downpours and stronger thunderstorms. Again, that rain does look to move out of here by Friday evening plans, Friday football games, but plan for it to be pretty gusty out there. Wind gusts out of the northwest at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So we are going to be watching this all tomorrow throughout GMSA, and even after that, definitely download our KSAT Weather Authority app so that you can check the radar, check out our app casts as well for live coverage. Two more things. We've got an article up on KSAT.com that kind of breaks down everything we're monitoring for tomorrow, so go check that out and tune in to the news at noon, because Justin Horn is going to have a full look at everything that we're looking at for tomorrow there as well.
So the other night that one came through, it was Mogate. It was like moving right along. It did drop a whole lot of rain, but this one should last a little bit longer.
This one's going to be more of a morning thing and into the afternoon. So,
okay.
Which the timing might be a little inconvenient for the morning drive. Plan on taking the umbrella, of course, your KSAT Weather Authority app, all of that good stuff. And maybe also plan on giving yourself some extra time out the door.
But it won't be moving as fast as the one we have the other night, which means we might get a little bit more rain.
We might get in, especially if we do find some heavier downpours here or there. You know, so we'll just have to see where those stronger storms set up.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mia. Very informative. And as she said, just follow us on air and online for the latest updates there. Thank you very much, Mia. Mm-hmm. Okay, David.
Oh, man,
you hear the music.
Whoa, this is the first for me. You
Here
are the
we go.
master
Here we go.
of stick figure sports.
Okay.
And I am just so proud to be here
All
to
right.
talk
Well,
about the Spurs last
let me
night.
go ahead and set this up for us.
You set it
here
up.
real quick. Yes, because here we go.
Okay, here we go.
So we do this here with black pen.
Okay.
So David. So we were talking Spurs.
Okay.
Unfortunately, 3-game winning streak
Came to an end.
kaput there.
So it
but
was-
go ahead and give us your
So it
stick
was
figure rundown.
134 to 122, right? To 122. Now,
Yes.
one thing that did stand out last night was the fact that Jeremy Sohan, Spurs
Okay.
first round pick, number 9 overall,
Like
hit
it?
his first 3. So we're going to give Jeremy a little bit of
gonna give
credit for
Jeremy.
finally hitting his first 3 last night. There's the basket stand.
Yeah, okay.
So there's the little net right there. Okay, and then there's the backboard right there.
Okay.
And here's Jeremy back here, stick figure Jeremy, and he's shooting the 3, and there goes the ball. Woo! Nothing
Very
but
nice,
net.
very nice.
How's that?
Yeah.
He got
I
2
like
of those.
that. I like
so
that.
we'll give him 2
Okay.
times.
All right. I'll
Okay.
add something here in just a little bit to
Okay.
Jeremy Sohan.
So
also.
Jeremy got. Should we get real technical about the ball?
I think
little
you're
line
good.
on the ball. Does it say Spalding on it? So Jeremy got that. So then we got KJ Keldon Johnson.
The big body.
The
Yep.
big body. Here he is, just taking it to the
A
rack.
lot of fun with this.
Yeah. This is KJ, just taking it right to the rack. Man, he had
Okay.
27 last night, so he did
Okay.
that 27 times. So that's 27 points for for KJ.
Yeah.
How about that?
Okay, very nice.
Wow,
very nice.
this is
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I could tell you like this. They put
this
you
is-
like a
how do you erase
professor
some of
mode
this
here.
if I make a
Well,
mistake?
we would have to do this, but real quick though,
Okay,
I'm going
I
to
don't
switch
erase.
real quick because I
Okay.
want to do Jeremy Sohan because he's got the hair going on.
Forgot that.
I know it's platinum right now,
Yeah, okay,
but
but
still,
that's close.
I definitely enjoyed that
Okay.
there. Okay, so I love this right here. So Spurs are 3-2.
Right.
My thing is here. I'm going to do this right there.
Okay.
A couple of wheels there, tires, maybe a little bit of that. All right. So
It's
so
the
you can
Spurs
go that.
mobile.
Yes. No. This is actually the tank because what are we doing? Are we tanking, David, or what's happening?
I don't
here?
know. They're 3-2. I don't think they're taking. You want to talk about tanking?
I
Okay,
wanna
so
know.
now-
What- are we tanking?
No,
What's
we can't.
happening?
Because you got players out there that like to play, and they're not gonna
yeah.
listen to that tank talk. They're
Yeah.
going out there to play. So
Okay. Mm-hmm.
no tank talk there. But here's the thing. Here's another thing. If you look at the Western Conference, right? The Spurs drop all the way down. The Spurs are now 7th in the conference at 3-2.
Yeah.
But then you drop all the way down and we go all the way down here to the bottom. 0-4. Guess who that is? That's a 4 right there. Guess.
Would that be Lonnie Walker's new team? Is that what's happening?
Wow. 0-4.
You're all over the place here.
0-4.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
L.A. Lakers.
The L is for Lakers. The 0-4 Lakers. Yeah.
Oh,
Any
my
chance that David gets
goodness.
to take a shot at the Lakers is always good stuff there. Yeah.
And
I will say this here.
3-2.
I'm going to add one more thing about Jeremy Sohan. He is now averaging 13 points
Double figures.
over the past 2 games. So yeah, really like to see Jeremy Sohan, and it's a very, very fun and exciting team. David, I think we're good here.
I like the tank. I didn't. That's good. Is that it?
We got some
We're done?
Goodwill Hunting stuff going on here.
Done?
Probably
How do you race? How do you race this?
that would be.
Okay.
That guy
Once
right
again,
there.
Lakers.
Oh, my
L.A. 0-4.
Alyssa's like, I gotta cut
Gotta
you
go?
off here in a bit.
Are we done, Alyssa?
I
The
think we're
producers are done. No more drawings. No more crayons. No more.
So the Spurs are back
Man, that was
here
fun.
tomorrow, right? They're back here and they're playing the
Okay.
Chicago Bulls. Yeah, you want to do?
We'll put the little thing. SA versus Chicago. AT&T Center. Is it 7 or 7:30?
I think it's.
Tomorrow?
I think it
7?
might be 7. Let's check that out. And that would be former Spur DeMar DeRozan
is it
coming
7?
back into town
Is it
again.
7?
It is at 7:30.
7:30
Yeah.
tomorrow night. Okay, somewhere at 7, somewhere at 7:30. So you got the Spurs at 3-2, and I don't know what Chicago is. There you
You know,
go.
I always like drawing the Bulls logo, even in the
you go.
days of Michael Jordan.
So there's your matchup right there
you
for
go.
tomorrow.
Okay.
And the Bulls right there. Oh, that's pretty
Yo, Chicago Bulls.
good. We could stay.
I know, we could do this
I know
forever.
we could do this all day. So there you go.
All right, David.
Spurs
First
and
time, man. Stick Figure
Bulls.
Sports. Good time here.
That's awesome, man. I
Yeah,
like
it was
this.
a lot of
This is
fun.
too
I know.
much
I
fun.
could see you getting into it here.
Whoa.
But yeah, that game tomorrow again at the AT&T Center. So make sure to check that out as the Spurs continue their season here, and we'll see if Devin Vassell comes back. Did not play in last night's game, and also Josh
Yeah.
Primo.
What, he's got a
was
bruised
out.
knee or something, Devin?
Yeah, I believe so. Sore knee, from what I
But
remember.
they're coming home for now they get
Yeah,
I want to say
yeah.
4 at home,
nice
right?
little stretch here.
So
nice
they
little
get
stretch of
Chicago,
games.
and then they get Minnesota again. It's like, is there no other team in the NBA they can play but Minnesota? So like
Get to
3
know
out
the
of 4
T-Wolves
games.
very well,
playoffs,
very well.
so- all right.
And before we leave, David, just wanted to mention again that that DPS Public Safety Commission meeting up there in Austin, Alicia Barrera and our photojournalist, Misael Gomez, have been out there covering that all morning, and they will have the very latest right now on the news at noon. So,
So
get
we
ready
will
for
look
that.
forward to that. We will look forward to you seeing us at noon. So in the meantime,
Have a good one, everybody.
have fun.